Hello and welcome back to the channel. I'm your Professor Matthew Breaker, and we're back again. But this time we're going to simplify and explain all the things you need to know about your Pokemon's charge moves. So sit back, relax, but pay attention because we're going to break it all down for you on this episode of Getting Good. In order to get into some things, let's first quickly recap some things we learned in the previous episodes that I think are important to refresh and remember going forward. The first thing is that your Pokemon will always have a fast attack. This fast attack helps build energy for that Pokemon while also dealing damage to the opponent. And that energy, when enough of it is built up, allows your Pokemon to use its charge attack. A Pokemon can only have a maximum of 2 charge attacks to choose from, and you can add that second charge attack to your Pokemon through a combination of Stardust and Candy of that Pokemon species. Each charge attack is going to utilize energy from the pool that your fast attack is filling. That pool can only have a maximum of 100 energy in it, so any more than that and it simply just doesn't add to the total. So now that that's out of the way, let's begin by defining a word that I hear battlers use all the time when talking about charge moves, and that's the word throwing, or to throw a move. It just means that you're using your Pokemon's charge attack. So when you hear people use that word, that's what they're describing. Each charge move costs energy in order for it to be used. That energy cost varies from 35 energy per use on the low end all the way up to your total energy cap of 100 on the high end. If you want to look up how much energy your charge move costs, I would recommend going to the website PvPoke. It's also going to be able to tell you the amount of damage that move is going to do, and then also it will tell you if it has any status effects that it has a potential to trigger by utilizing that move as well. Status effects are going to be different in Pokemon Go than they are in the main series games, where you have things like paralyzation, burning, poisoning, frozen, to name a few. But in Pokemon Go, they are affecting your attack and defense by either buffing them or debuffing them. Buffing simply means to increase their stat, while debuffing means to decrease them. The way buffs or debuffs affect your Pokemon's attack and defense is in what are called stages. Stages are a set percentage increase or decrease in your Pokemon's base stats. If a status effect has been activated, you'd be able to tell by some words that appear above a Pokemon after that charge move has been thrown. So if it's a one-stage debuff to an attack or defense, moves like Poison Fang on Nidoqueen, Lunge on Galvantula will show the words attack or defense fell. Again, that's going to indicate a one-stage decrease to that stat. If it decreases by 2 stages, the words defense or attack harshly fell will appear over the Pokemon. So moves that will cause this would be Wild Charge on Raichu, Feather Dance on Pidgeot are examples of this. And currently, there's only 2 moves in the game that decrease defense only by 3 stages. Those words that appear overhead are going to be defense severely fell, and those 2 moves are V-Create on Victini and Brave Bird, which could be used on a Pokemon like Skarmory. If stats are boosted by 1 stage, the words attack or defense rose will appear over a Pokemon. Move examples of this are going to be Flame Charge on Talonflame or Skull Bash on Lapras. a Pokemon's attack is the only stat that can be buffed by 2 stages at one time. An example of this is going to be Cross Poison on Ariados or Night Slash on Obstagoon, where after that charge move is thrown, sometimes there will be the indication Attack Rose Sharply that appears over that Pokemon. On each ends of the spectrum, you could only have your Pokemon's stats buffed by a total of 4 stages or debuffed by a total of 4 stages. So what this means is if you continue to use a move that increases a Pokemon's attack, for example, it will only increase to the max 4 stages. And if you continue to use this move after that 4 stage is reached, the move will still do damage, but it won't increase the percentage of your attack after the 4th stage buff. So just like with the fast moves, we have the ability to change what charge moves are on our Pokemon. And we do so by utilizing the Charge TM and the Elite Charge TM. The Charge TM is going to cycle through at random a charge move from your Pokemon's charge move pool, while the Elite Charge TM is going to allow you to select one move within that move pool that's available. We also have legacy charge moves that we could put on our Pokemon. If you didn't have these moves put on your Pokemon during a in-game event like a community day or an end of the year celebration, you could use the Elite Charge TM to put those on your Pokemon now. Examples of a legacy charge move would be Hydro Cannon on Swampert, Frenzy Plant on Venusaur, Psychic on Umbreon, or Blast Burn on Typhlosion. No matter if it's a legacy or a normal charge move, every time you throw a move, you will activate a mini game, and that's going to correspond with what type of move is being thrown. The object of the minigame is to swipe as many bubbles as possible in the 5 seconds that it's able to be played. And as you swipe the bubbles, you're going to have an indicator appear overhead telling you your progress. The more bubbles that you swipe, the more damage your charge move is going to do after the minigame is complete. So these mini games provide a lot of frustration among beginning players because the game only gives you this helping hand to show you what to do. If you like this series so far or know somebody that may find it helpful, please share this video with them. Rate, comment, and subscribe to our channel and hit that notification button because the next episode is completely dedicated to guiding you through the charged attack mini games. I'm your Professor Matthew Breaker, and I'll see you in the next episode of Getting Good.